Welcome to another gorgeous day on planet Earth and another day of Dose of Did You Know, where intriguing, unique, inspiring people come to talk love and life and how it brought them to where they are today. And with me is Doc. Doc, how are you?
Good. How are you today?
I am doing great. So I was talking to Doc before we went on about my secret of why I wear what I wear, right?
Oh, yes. Tell me.
And so here's the secret. Here is the secret. It's my mood and how I think the guest is going to make me feel. So apparently, I don't know, maybe you're feisty. I don't know what it is about you, but
Cheetah-ish is what I am.
You're cheetish.
Yes, yeah, I'm cheetah. I'll take it. I'll take it.
It's scary up inside this brain. That's all I have to say. It's very scary in here. And sometimes when I put it out there, I'm like, ooh, maybe you should keep that inside, Danny. You know, that's not really people don't really need to know that much.
Everybody loves it. Everybody loves it.
I don't know. But before we get started, tell the world a little bit about who Doc is.
Oh, okay. I'm Doc Schupp. I do a few things. I'm an outreach director for a nonprofit organization called the New Jersey Veterans Network. We go out, we aggressively find veterans who need help, seek out resources that can help them out, and bring them the best that the state has to offer, get vets back on their feet. I also work at a hospital called the Bridge Medical Center. I do therapy groups there. Absolutely love it. I get to work with people who need some help in the community, try to motivate them, get them up, get them feeling a little better. That's my job. I was an Army medic for quite some time, both in the active duty and the National Guard. I was taking care of heroes. I mean, what better job can you have than taking care of heroes? So I love that, and I love doing this so much that I keep on doing it now when I work with vets. So, win-win.
Yeah, win-win. I gotta add, did you go to school? I was reading your bio and things like that, and I was like, what is the timeline? Did you go to school while you were serving and continue serving, or were you school, then decided?
Once I left active duty, while I was in the National Guard, I went back to school. I got my bachelor's in psychology, and I got some diplomas from Rutgers University in peer support and mental health. So, joining the Guard after I left active duty was a real strong move. They help you go to school, and hey, GI Bill helps. Win-win.
Yeah, that is an uber win. But what made you join in the first place?
You know, I kind of just wanted to do something positive. I mean, I saw a lot of things in the community I was in going negative. Saw a lot of guys getting into trouble, and I was like, you know what? Let me try to do something positive. And I was like, hey, let me join the Army, and the rest is history.
Did you grow up did you grow up in New Jersey?
I grew up in New Jersey. I grew up in Elizabeth, New Jersey, a pretty rough town.
Okay. And I always question, I always have these things that run through my mind. Again, we talked about it's kind of scary inside there, but
oh boy.
I was like, what made you want to do something different than maybe what your environment was? Because I don't think I had that as a kid. I was a very passionate, wore my heart on my sleeve but had zero control. So I still wear my heart on my sleeve, and I love, but I have control over it now. So, but back in the day, not control. So apparently you had control. What made you choose the way you went?
Well, actually, I lost my mother when I was very young. And what I did was I made a promise that I was going to try to do something positive with my life. So it took me a bit of time to figure out what to do, but the Army wound up being that. And I think I did some pretty good stuff after.
Yeah, it sounds like just read his bio, guys. And I didn't even put the whole thing up there because I was like, wow, that is a lot of goodness.
It was we've been up to a lot of stuff. Our charity's doing a lot of stuff in the community. We're very blessed to be able to have this opportunity to do stuff and get back.
Yeah. I'm curious of how did you end up where you end up afterwards? Because there's so many different programs out there. Some of them
better
than others. Some of them give back more than others. I mean, how did you land where you landed? What was like your thought process behind that?
All right. As far as the charity goes,
Yeah.
I was going back to school. I was actually the president of our military veterans club. And I was kind of trying to find people to work with in the community, and I met Michael Bull. And he's been like my mentor ever since. Oh my God. The way he describes our charity is, he says, it's like doing a charity on steroids. He does things on such a large level. And then he kind of took me under his wing. He taught me quite a few things, and we were able to do some good stuff. He's a blessing.
Yeah.
Please don't tell us that.
I'm totally going to tell him that you said that and send this clip to him.
I'll deny it. I'll deny it.
Like, she dubbed something over my mouth. I don't.
That was it. It was conspiracy. It was totally conspiracy. Shadow made me say it.
All right, so cool. So you told, when you were talking, you said you find vets that are, veterans that are in need. Well, I want to know how you find that, because sometimes I hear this. I actually was just listening to a friend's podcast yesterday, driving back from Boston, about they don't know. Sometimes they get the call afterwards. They've committed suicide, or they're on the verge of it, and they don't know. So how do you find them before that tragedy? It gets to that point.
A few things. Number one, we have a team, and our team is comprised of mostly veterans. And a lot of us, including myself, know what it's like to have gone through a hard time. I mean, after I came from deployment, hard time figuring things out, and I went through some hard times myself. So we're able to talk to some of the vets that we work with on that level. We get it, and they know we get it. So when you're able to do that, it helps us to be able to break through, get those resources to them that they need. It works out.
So they kind of have to be, it's a community within a community, and it keeps going. Is that fair to say a little bit?
I'd say so. I mean, sometimes experience, there's some things that are hard to understand unless you can experience. Like, like childbirth. I mean, hey, somebody can hear about childbirth a million times. I can listen to somebody tell me, but I'm not going to understand what childbirth is like. Somebody who understands childbirth is going to be able to talk to somebody who does and get it right away, So yeah. Understanding is a big part.
All right, I got that. So what do people like that don't necessarily understand but want to be part of what you're doing or assist in what, when you have so many different things, great things going on? You've got a couple like drives coming up, so I want to talk about that. But how do you recommend, like, I'm just the mom, like I always say, like, I did nothing. I like, God guided me and raised an amazing man. Well, I always want to call him a boy, but an amazing man. But I'm just the mom. I'm like the outsider. So what do you say to like moms or siblings or friends or just people that have a heart that want to give?
What you're doing right now. There are tons of great programs that exist right now that veterans don't know exist. Because you can be a wonderful charity and know everything about your charity and how it runs and how to run it and how to do everything to the utmost. But you might not be good at promoting that charity. So stuff like this show and what you're doing right now, where you let people know these things exist, allows the veterans to know it exists. And that makes a big difference. Because when you know there are options out there, there's more you can do.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you have like on the ground, boots on the ground, running? What do you have coming up? Because you've always got something that you're...
Oh my God. So we have Hero Day coming up. Oh my God, I'm so excited about Hero Day. So we've been running it's called a mobile stand down program. I don't know if you're familiar with what a stand down is, but it's an event where resources, food, different things are given to veterans on a large scale. Well, with COVID going on right now, it's difficult to do these stand downs. You have to limit that amount of people who are in buildings. And that way you have to limit the amount of volunteers. And that way you have to have veterans who might not be able to get in at a certain time. It can get difficult. So what we do is we bring stuff straight to the veterans' homes. So that way veterans who are having financial issues, transportation issues, or having health issues, or concerned about going out, they get the stuff sent straight to their homes. So now you're getting food, you're getting personal protective equipment like hand sanitizer and masks, you're getting hot meals, groceries, you're getting, we're even trying to work on sending some furniture. We're We got a whole truck of donations of toys. So families that have children, they're even going to get toys. We'll be dropping all this stuff specifically to veterans' houses. And this way, everybody gets it in a safe, comfortable way. Win-win.
Oh, so you need like drivers with cars, and they like bucket it up, and you say, "Here's your route. Go to town."
I never turn down a volunteer. You know, if I have a volunteer, of course I check them out first. You know, I'm not just. But yeah, if anybody wants to offer help, I'm always happy to talk to them. Yeah, we can use it. It's a statewide program. We have donations coming in throughout the state. We have veterans throughout the state. And yeah, most definitely, we can use all the help we can get.
That is so cool. So I'm like really curious about this now. So when is it? And is it like it starts on a Friday and then you're going to do it from like Friday to Friday of sending things out? Or is it a one-day thing, or how does it work?
As of right now, we're planning it as a one-day thing for the end of April. But depending on how many veterans we get, what the need is, we might have to switch things around. One thing you always have to say, and I was actually just telling this to my friend Rick yesterday, you have to stay flexible. You have to stay fluid, because it's the needs that are important. Yeah. So just claiming a plan and saying, hey, let's stay rigid, this is our plan, we can't change anything, isn't the way to go about it. Because when you get those 3 veterans who call at the last minute, who have who have families with empty pantries, you don't want to tell them, well, you know, sorry, you didn't miss it, you know, you can't do this. So you have to stay flexible to meet the needs of the vets. I think that's very important.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. You take outside state helpers? You have to be a New Jerseyan. Is that what you're called, a New Jerseyan?
I think so. I'll take that. New Jerseyan? Yeah, that's good. Are you a New Hampshirean? Is that how that works too?
New Hampshireite. I think I actually played this game.
I like New Jerseyite. I think we can go with that. New Jersey.
Yeah.
No, we can take outside help. Oh, we usually do Amazon drives as well. So you can donate things straight to Amazon. It gets sent straight to one of us, and we put it right in with all the stuff that goes to the vets. So it's as easy as clicking, and boom, you're helping a vet.
Well, that is like nowadays it's like simplicity. People don't want to search. If it takes more than, what do they say, like more than 2 clicks away, they're done. You've lost them. That can get me on a whole other concept of how destructive our society has.
Yes. Because everything is made so easy now. So if you have to have any difficulty in doing that easy thing, oh God, it's not going to happen. So yeah, I totally hear you.
Oh my goodness. And that kind of reminds me of like, so I had this like issue when my Marine was a kid. So he's 27 now. And when he was a little, that is when this whole like society of thinking of like winners and losers kind of, they stopped doing that. You couldn't win or you couldn't lose, you know, right? Everybody got a participation ribbon. And I made it very clear in my household, like you either won or you lost. Like add up the points, you know, if you did. Good job showing up, but if you wanted to do better and win, do better next time, you know? If you won, hey, congratulations, because you did better than a bunch of people. I think it's really important to have these, are they values? Are they, I don't know, like standards, right? Like we're not all the same, and it's okay. Which kind of brings me in a weird back-ass way of thinking about like, when guys come home and girls come home from serving and are transitioning, if we're all equal in the same, but we're not all equal in the same. And it creates this even broader mass confusion of, maybe confusion isn't the right word, but makes it harder to integrate back.
I think I hear what you're saying. I mean, sometimes it's not always about the win and the loss. It's about game itself, where, you know, sometimes, I was actually just telling my patients yesterday, sometimes it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So, you know, sometimes the experience of going through what you're with can teach you a lot more than that trophy at the end. You know? Right. So.
But don't you have to acknowledge that journey and that whole process? So yeah, so maybe it's not like winning and losing, probably a bad example of that, but we're not all equal. The journey is not all the same. There, and so to kind of just blanket state all of these, people from different societies and different, I don't know, actions of life. I don't know. I think it causes more chaos than good. I think it's okay to be different. I think it's okay to have different upbringings. I think it's okay to have different struggles. I think it makes us who we are. Maybe not necessarily winners or losers, but like you said, it's the journey piece of it, and acknowledging and accepting of that makes transition of whatever kind so much easier to handle.
I agree. 100%. I agree.
Yeah. So what else? Okay, so that was my little tangent of, I don't know, nonsense, because that was like 6 different topics in one that you had to navigate through and answer. Good for you. Good for you.
Good for you getting all that out. That was interesting.
See, it is it's the wild. It's not necessarily the cat of the heat.
I see it.
I just got like what it was. So what else? So that's a very cool thing. So that's happening in April. What else does Doc have going on? The man of service, like your heart is legit in your fingertips coming out every day.
All right. We're also working on doing a short film. It's part of our anti-suicide campaign where we're going to explain what veterans go through when they're in crisis. And it's going to show what's the best way to put this? It's going to show like our journey. It'll show a couple of different veterans going through a difficult time. They're all going to lose their jobs at the beginning of the film, and it'll show how they progress through, can get help, get back on their feet, and the different ways to do it. Because there's so many resources out there, so we wanted to find like an entertaining way that we can show this. And I think the film is going to be a good way to show it from a veteran's point of view. I'm excited about that.
That is very cool. You know what I think is the coolest about that is we all get the struggle. We all get PTSD. We're aware of that. Like that has made society is now aware of that. But we're kind of stuck in that, and we need to move into that next phase of educating and right? Bringing resources, tools. What does that next stage look like?
Well, it's also the fact that the media usually portrays veterans of PTSD in such a negative way. You'll watch, CSI or whatever show, and it'll just show this veteran in a horrible way. And that's not all veterans of PTSD. You can easily have PTSD and be a veteran, have a great life, have your stuff together. So we're trying to show things in a different way where it's not just, hey, it's that negative stigma that's going around about vets with PTSD. And I think that's something that maybe needs to be shown a little bit more,
Yeah, I think we're in that stage. And so I get so excited when I see somebody doing it in their way, right? Because there's not one way to show it. You got to show it in multiple different ways of that next step of the actual reality. So you can't move forward if everybody's keeping you in the same.
Exactly. We're going to continue doing PSAs as well. We've been shooting PSAs for about a year just to kind of broadcast what some veteran organizations are doing and what veterans can do in the community, inspiring vets as well. So we'll shoot a couple more of those. And we're going to enter the Easter Seals competition. They have a film competition as well. So it's like a 5-minute short. And they didn't tell us what it's supposed to be about yet. It's like everybody has to start at the same time. I think that's on March 15th. So we'll be shooting that as well. And I'm super excited about that. That's going to be fun.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. So do you ever sleep?
Oh, what sleep?
Okay.
I've heard about it. I've heard good things. Maybe I'll try it. I'll read a book about it first.
Yeah, right. You might try it every now and then. It might come around into your household, but you are a super cool dude. You can definitely tell everybody if you just watch him for a hot second, you're in it. You're in the grind. You're not just saying this is what I did. Hoorah. Well, that's not what the Army guys say. I don't know what the Army guys say.
Do that again, please. Do that again, please. Well, we actually say "hua."
Okay, all right. I was not close at all. I don't know.
You just grunted. I kind of like yours better. I kind of like yours better. When you say hood, it's close to hoorah. Okay. Let's try yours though.
You can keep that giggle inside you all day if you need. Just replay that little bit. But Doc, before I let you go, I ask that you answer this last question with the first thing that comes to your mind. Just like plop it right out there. In this moment right now, what does love mean to you?
This moment right now, oh my God, I have the perfect answer. This guy who's been wanting my attention the whole time is nothing but love. All he does is spread love. Want to say hi, Shadow?
Shadow. Love is Shadow. He is the man. Oh my gosh, what a cutie.
He came up right as you were asking. It was like a perfect time.
That was it. He was like, Dad, if you're going to say something else, I'm going to, no. This is it. I hear her. Oh, Doc, you're amazing. Guys, follow what he's doing. Join in. I'm actually, Travis, if you're out there, maybe we should go to New Jersey and do something in New Jersey. I'm just throwing it out there. I think that is.
You should be in our film. Oh, my God.
That is going to happen. All right. We're going to finish this conversation later because I'm excited about bringing Travis and I there and seeing what we can do together. But to everybody else out there that, as always, love hard, love pure, and love proactive. Until next time, we will see you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for having me, Denny. Take care.
I didn't think. I screwed it.